Hello everyone, in today's video I'll be showing you a few things that you can do during online play in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So let us begin. The first thing you can do is head on to South Province Area 2 to this place to play football or soccer with your friends in the Olive Roll area. Now, when you have two people playing, you can use your Koraidon to your advantage and try and score goals. And it's not even that easy because the Olive has almost a mind of its own. And with great difficulty, once you have managed to get this Olive into the goal, you'll know you've scored once it disappears. Like that. So it disappears and it will go here. And you can play up to about 10 points. So it would be quite a fun game to play. And you can even play this with 4 players, as you can have 2 on one side and 2 on another side. Another game you can play is racing. You can all start at one point. For example, you could all start on this small battlefield, and then you guys could agree on a place to finish the race, like this place, mark it, and then whoever makes it there first, without flying there of course, wins. That would also be a really fun but simple game to play with your friends, especially if it's Pokemon Scarlet vs. Violet, where you can prove which game version is truly superior. So, I would definitely recommend going around and racing, because you can use all 4 mediums of transport and see what kind of combination will let you traverse across the region fastest, and whether climbing would be better or taking shortcuts through these high places. The next game that I would recommend you trying out is called Area Zero Hide and Seek. Now, the way Area Zero Hide and Seek will work is that you will engage in battle with a Pokemon in Area Zero. This will allow other players to see that it's motionless and you can't encounter it, so it's definitely not just a wild Pokemon, and that will indicate that you're there. And it will also let you play hide and seek, because you're unable to normally see other people in Area Zero, unless your game becomes glitchy, as it did for me once, and I was able to see one of the 4 people I was with. So, give this a try. Go to an obscure place in Area Zero, encounter a Pokemon, and see whether your adversary or friend is able to catch you. Also, remember, only play this with friends that you really trust, as it's really easy to not engage in battle and let your friend go around looking for you for hours. So make sure you really trust the people you're playing with. And now for my next point. You can race your Pokemon together. For example, you know how you can make your Pokemon follow you just by letting them out of their Pokeball like this? You can try and race your Pokemon and see which Pokemon is the fastest. Make sure you're doing this with a Pokemon that you don't know that well, and try and take 2 Pokemon that seem to be evenly fitted for this challenge, and see who manages to make the circuit of Los Platos the fastest. And whoever wins can get a upper hand in the next challenge, which could be having a simple battle with your opponent. But you can play one of these games beforehand, and whoever wins can use one restricted Pokemon. So you could have rules about using no legendaries or no paradox forms, but whoever wins may be able to incorporate one of these Pokemon onto their team. Or of course you can just have an old-fashioned battle, or you can just go all out with a no restrictions battle. That sounds like extra fun. I have another game, but this one's quite divisive. You could play a game where you have to find a shiny together, as you'll both run around together, but if somebody spawns in a shiny, then both of you have a shot at catching it, but only one of you will be able to. So, for example, you could spawn in a shiny on your game, but your opponent might take it for themselves. Only play this game if you're not bound to get into a huge argument over that in real life, which is quite likely. So play that game with great caution. Another silly game you could play is a spinning contest, which will literally just test how far you're gonna go in this game. You could have a contest where you will see which player is able to stay spinning for the longest, as this will test how dedicated you are to playing games, as it will definitely tire out your thumb or whatever else you're using to move that joystick round and round. So we'll see who will reign triumphant. It will probably be the person with 999 hours on every game. Another silly yet fun game would be running across this part of this lake. The rules would be whoever can make it across the fastest to and back would win. Now, although you want to be quite speedy, you also don't want to fall off, as that would mean disqualification unless everybody else falls off, which just means you guys restart. And I'm telling you, no matter how patient you are, this is one difficult game to play. So, if you have a strong resolve, definitely have a go at racing on this thin bridge. And a funny sight to see on one of these bridges is make one of your Pokemon follow you and they are bound to fall off, as you will see here. And if you fall off with your Pokemon, it's even funnier. Oh, never mind. The final game I am about to introduce is one with great risk, so play this at your own risk. This is called Who Can Crash Their Game First. Now, you can go to one of the two laggiest places in the game, one being this bamboo forest, and the other one being Tag Tree Thicket. Now, you can go to either of these, but whoever's game crashes first will actually be the one to win. One strategy you can use is you can have a sandwich and you can keep on spawning Pokemon in, you can be battling, you can have your Pokemon out behind you, and it's not that hard, to be honest, to make your game crash in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So, if you're careful about it, it can be a fun game. But only do this if you're fairly confident about how strong your Nintendo Switch is, because you don't want to be losing your save data. So, please only play this game if you are very confident you're not going to be losing anything. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my list of fun games you can play online multiplayer in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Please like and subscribe if you did like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Honestly, all of the emotes they made in this game kind of make your character look like an NPC. But that's honestly fine. See you guys.